Hello, good day everyone. It's good to have you guys back here. Welcome back to my channel, Learn with Tech. Yeah, I'm so happy to be doing this with you guys. And as you guys have seen, last week we started our journey into software development. Yeah, I'm so happy to be doing this with you guys. I'm very sure you've watched the last video where I introduced you guys to software development. We also did some other things like installing our code editor, which is the platform or the software that we'll be using to write our codes, you get. So, and I also told you guys that we'll be using VScode as our code editor. Yeah, aside from that, I also introduced you guys to the basic HTML templates, you get. So whenever you want to create a project, you need to add those templates quickly, yeah, before you can start building a project. So I'll be teaching you some exciting stuff today, and as you guys already know, my name is Idris Adegbite. Yeah, I'm a software developer, and my goal simply is to at least create contents that can teach guys software development. Aside from that, I'll also be dropping content on how business owners can leverage on digital tools to scale up their businesses. Yeah, we're doing this together actually, so I won't leave you with anything that will be a mystery. You guys just need to follow me. If this is your first time visiting this channel, kindly like, subscribe, and make sure you share this video with your friends. Alright, that's good. So let's get started. Let's go to what we have for today. So today we'll be looking at HTML. Yeah, we started it last week, and hopefully we'll take it to an appreciable point today, you get. So please, won't be rushing this. I'm not here to rush this project, you get. My goal is to make sure that any guys that will be watching this video will be able to at least follow up on the basics. Once you get the basics, believe me, other things are just the build up of the basics, you understand. So, and I'll be giving you guys this step by step so that you guys can understand, and at least you can also do something for yourself or by yourself later on. Alright, so let's get started. Now, I thought you guys will dive into HTML, and mind you, if you guys can remember, I created a folder called my HTML project, which you guys can see on this screen right now. Yeah, this is it. So I told you last week, I told you in my last video, I said whenever you want to start a project, you need to create a folder for the project. I also told you how you can name your folder, you get. So aside from that, I told you guys that after creating your folder, you need to go into your VS Code. After that, then you need to open up your folder on VS Code, you get. So most times whenever you are working on your VS Code, depending on how well you practice, if you practice with the folder that we are using in this class or in this training, you might not have any issue. But if you have your own separate folder, which is very good, you can practice with another folder and keep this for this training alone. So you need to go to file, then you go to open folder, then you need to open the folder that we created last that we created in our last video, you get. So most times you need to be doing this, you get. And you can see this is different from the interface that we had last week when we first installed our VS Code, you get. So you guys just need to watch out. And I think I have my folder open, but let me reopen it again so that we can all see what is going to happen. Alright, I have my folder opened already, so you might not really notice any change on this screen, you get. But as for you, you should notice a change. Like, you should notice that something has changed already on your screen, so which is what we need to know, that okay, our folder is already open. So another way you can know if your folder is already opened is to look at this part here. So you can come up to this top and see if the name of your folder is there. So that is the first way you can check if your folder is opened. So you need to open a folder first, and you should be able to check if your folder is opened here. So if you can't check there, or maybe you can't remember that, okay, you can check the name of your folder there. Alright, you can also come to this place. You can see the line to the left of my arrow. So you should see the name of your folder there as well. So if you can see the name of your folder there, then believe me, we are good to go. If you can't see it, then that means you need to go back to file, click on open folder, then try to open your folder again. Then let's get it started. You get. So today, let me quickly talk about some things. We'll be using some tools called extensions. So these extensions, they will make life very, very easy for us. So the extensions are available for almost all the code editors. You get. So since we are using VScode, we have several extensions that we can install that can make our coding journey easy. You get. So to do that, kindly come to this last icon here. This icon by the left, I think is the 5th icon. Yeah, the 5th one. So if you hover on it before clicking on it, you will see the name or what the icon stands for, which is extension. So let's click on it now. So let's try to install some extensions. So there are some extensions that we need to install for now. So later on we'll look at how to install others again. So these ones you can see here, I've already installed this because I use my code editor most times. You get. So for my projects, yeah. So the thing is, you don't really need to bother yourself about this. Let me close this. So if you are visiting this place for the first time, this is probably what you are going to see here. So, and if you see this, you just need to search for the extensions that you need. Now we'll be installing 3 types of extensions. Now I have done that on my VS Code. I just need to show you guys how to do that. Then you can do that on your own as well, so that whenever I use those things later on, when I'm writing my code, you guys will not be lost and you won't feel like you are behind. So let's go right here. The first extension we install is live server. So let's just type live server here. Please, you can just follow along, just do the same thing and the rest are, yeah. So let's try to search for live server now. So I am connected now. So let's see, I think I've typed that. Okay, it should come up anytime soon. Alright, that's fine. So you can see that I have it installed already. So I will advise you guys to install the first option. Okay, if it is not the first option, actually you will see the author of the you'll be seeing the author of the extensions here. That is directly under the name of the extension and the description. So you see the author here. So you can actually search for, or you look for the one that's retweak day you get created. So you can just search for it, live server by retweak day. So, or you just type live server here. You can also add retweak day there. So you can just search live server. You select the one that retweak day developed, then you are good to go. So what you just need to do, because I have this installed already, so that's why you can see this gear icon in front of it here. So if, like you guys now that are just coding along, you should see a button that says install, just like this one under here. You get. So you just need to click on install and you see a particular page that will pop up on this right part, that is the code editing part. That will show something like installing. Then after some time, it will tell you that the extension has been installed. So you cannot go back. Most times it will tell you to refresh your VS Code, and most times you can just continue without doing that. So I think that's fine. So another one you can another extension you can install quickly is Prettier. Alright, so Prettier is a code formatter. You get. Sometimes as a newbie you might be writing codes that will not be aligned, that will not be arranged. So, and writing, when you arrange your code, it gives you a deep insight to how your codes are arranged. You get. So you can easily get the hierarchy of your tags on your code editor. So which is why it is good to use what Prettier. Although VS Code has its own inbuilt code formatter, well, you can still install Prettier too if that will not be too much for you. So the same way you did for the live server, you can also click on install for this Prettier, and after some time then it will tell you that your extension has been installed, which is what we wanted to hear. So you can also install VS Code icons. Yeah, I think I don't have this installed, so let's just do this together. VScode icons. So let me click on it. So you can, before we do that, you can look at this HTML file here. So you can see the icon that is there, just the opening angle bracket and the closing angle bracket. And it seems I mentioned this in my last video. Please, I've tried to explain all this syntax here that I have seen on the screen. So if you have not watched my last video, kindly do that now. And you can find a link in the description below. Alright, so we have so you guys can just observe this icon here. So by the time we install this extension, so you will see what's going to happen. You get, so let's just do that quickly. So I've clicked on install. Okay, you can see the example where I said it's going to pop up. So my code file has been skipped now. You have something open now, like an extension, blah 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 tab, you understand? So once you just see this, then you are good to go, you understand? So let's just wait for it. Alright, so you guys will see that we've installed our VS Code icons. Alright, that's good. So you can see what's here, set file icon thing, uninstall. I don't think you really need this. So let's just go back. So let's try to remove this, then we'll go back to. Alright, so if you guys notice, okay, you can click on that option there, you get. So just click on the name of the extension that we just installed and everything will be fine. So firstly, I would like to show you guys this again. So if you guys observe, you'd have noticed the change here beside this HTML file. You get, the icon there is no more opening angle bracket and closing angle bracket. So we have the HTML5 icon already. So you can see this alone can make you want to write codes, you get. So unlike that boring angle brackets that we have there before, this is actually a very fine icon. Yeah, it's for HTML5. Yeah, so okay, I think I mentioned HTML5 now. So we've had series of versions of HTML, then up to the current one that we have now, which is what, HTML5. So you get, so updates always occur whenever there is a change in a particular version, you get. So whenever there is a particular version, whenever there is a particular change in a current version, then you should expect what, an updated version. So which is why we add from those versions down till HTML5. But that's not a story for today. So I'll do that in a very short video, which you guys can watch. I think that should be within 2 to 3 minutes. So you can just digest that. It's just something that will give you an information about how HTML has evolved, you get, up to this moment. So right now after installing those extensions, we can just come back right here to the first icon at the top. You can see this icon here that says Explorer. So that is your file explorer. So let's click on it and let's get into work. Okay, so today, alright, so last week I taught you guys how to open a file. I won't be using this existing file. I'll be creating another file so that you guys can follow along, then we can continue with our class. So let me just do this. I'm gonna name it training. And if you guys can still remember, I told you guys that you should always add what, .html. Just a recap, I've told you guys that you should always add .html extension to every HTML file that you want to create, you get. So whenever you create an HTML file, you should always add what, .html extension to the name that you want to give it, you get. So don't let it waste time there. Let's start with the first tag, which is doc type. So let's add our doc type. So every website always have a doc type, you get. So I think this is so fast, but let's take it a step at a time. So doc type, yeah, space, then you can have your HTML in here. Yeah, so then let's come to line 2. If you want to come to line 2, just tap your enter, tap or press your enter, then you should get to line 2. Yeah, so on line 2 now, let's have our HTML tag. So inside our HTML tag, let's add our head tag. Alright, so inside our head tag, yeah, so we can just click enter. Now then let's have our title tag here. I think we discussed this last week, and yeah, we'll still do that again. So let's just have it here, my simple HTML. Okay, web page. Oh, no, my simple HTML web page. All right, thank you. So yeah, I think it is worth to know that there are some other tags that we can have inside this head tag, but for now we are not concerned with those tags now, so let's leave that for now. When we get to the stage, I'll be explaining to you guys. So we have some metadata tags that we can add, or tags that we can use to add metadata. Metadata are extra information about the website or about the web applications that you are developing. So we won't be looking at that now. Then later on, when it is time, I will introduce you guys to it. So don't let us bother ourselves about that. So that's fine. So let me add a body tag here. Yeah, so, and I also explained to you guys, if you really want to know how this layout is formed, you don't really need to cram it. You just need to understand how this thing is formed. So I also told you guys in my last video that you can compare the structure of this template to your own body. So you can see we have the head before the body. Yeah, you have your head first before your main body, so which is still the same thing in this in this template. So we have the head tag first before what's the body tag. So the head tag comes before the body tag, while the title tag stays inside what's the head tag. So without wasting much time, so I used to divide HTML tags into 3 types. So the first one is content HTML tags. Content HTML tags, and the second one is styling HTML tags. Then the third one is JavaScript HTML tags. So the first one we'll be looking at and we'll be focusing on really is the content HTML tags. So after that, then we can now look at some of the styling HTML tags. So some of these tags in this case, they are not really in vogue again. People don't actually use them in modern development, and the reason is or you cannot create those functions with with CSS. So that's why most times they don't really do it. I'll just introduce you guys to it so that you guys will be aware that okay, such tags exist. But we won't be really using them once we start our CSS. But maybe in our HTML class we can just use them. So just to play around with them and see how we can use them in our play project or in our practice projects. So that's fine. Thank you very much. So quickly we'll be looking at headings, which is one of the content HTML tags. So basically the meaning of content HTML tags, they are HTML tags that we can use to add contents to our web page. So I've already said it before that HTML is just HTML is a markup language that we can use to create the structure or the skeleton of a particular web page or web application. So which is fine. So we have 6 levels of headings. Yeah, you get that right. So we have from H1 down to H6. Yeah, so we'll see all that in action now, and those tags will be the first tags that we'll be looking at here really. So let's start with H1. Yeah, so okay, I think that's too fast. So what you just need to do, open your angle bracket first, then you type H1, then you close it. So VScode is good at this. Once you write your opening tag correctly, it will automatically close it for you. So, and I think I explained this first one here that you are seeing here, that is the highlighted tag, is the opening tag, why this other one that you are seeing that has a / is the closing tag. I'm very sure you guys understand that by now. So let's add a content inside it, and I'll say this is a heading tag. So let me just put H1 here. Yeah, so let me save it. Okay, so if you want to save now, after creating your file, if you want to save, because every time you write your code, if you make any changes to your file, always try to save. So by using what? Control S. That's Control plus S. You get, or you simply come here to this file, then you scroll down to save. So you can click on save. So you can see the shortcut has been written in front of this save. So you can either use the shortcut or you go this way. You go to file, then you scroll down, you click on what? Save, which is fine. So I'll just click this, but I've saved it already, so which is fine. There's no harm in doing that. Alright, so after writing this, then let's view what we've done on the browser. So this is where we are now, and let's see. So by the time you right click, you can look at these options here. If you have installed your live server correctly, you should see this option here, open with live server. So once you see it, voila, then you can click on it. Then let's open it up on our web browser. So I am using Chrome. If you are using Edge or you are using Mozilla, it is still the same thing. It will open up your default browser. You get, so if your default browser is Edge, or it is Firefox, or you are using Mac and you have you get other browsers on your PC, then you can easily open it up there. You get Safari and co. You get, so you can just open it up there. The major thing is for us to see what you've just written now. So if you guys can see clearly, you see, oh, there is a mistake here. I think I wanted to write is. So you can see what I wrote on my code editor using the h1 tag has been displayed on my browser easily without stress. You get, so which is what we want to do. So we'll be doing this a lot of time. As we add our code, we'll be viewing it on the browser. So I think we've started working now. Okay, the journey has begun fully, and let us see or let us progress quickly. Now again, let me just say it again. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but let me just say it again. The text you are seeing here, this is my simple HTML web page, is the text or the contents that we added inside the title tag. So you guys should please take note of that. The text that you add inside your title tag will always appear on your what? Tab. You get, on your tab here. So there I have I type my simple HTML web page, so, and you can see the text here, which is fine. Okay, so let's go back to our code editor quickly, and let's update this to is, so which is fine. All right, so let's see quickly. Now we've used h1. It is as simple as that. So let's just use h2 and let's see. All right, as you get it complete. All right, that's fine. So if your code editor is not completing this code for you and you've done everything correctly, well, sometimes it behaves like that. But if you have installed the correct version, that is the latest version of VScode, I think it should complete the other side of your tag for you automatically. You get, so let's look at h2. So let's say you are welcome. You're welcome to learn with high-tech. Alright, so let me just punch my Control S. Alright, so I've saved the file. Now if you want to know if your file is saved, yeah, so this is the trick. Now I want to make a small adjustment and you see what's going to happen here. So I just typed the letter W now. So if you see this place clearly, you will see that this W just appeared there after I saved now. So let me delete it. Yeah, so just to show that something has been updated on this page. So if you want to know if your file is saved or not, come to this place here. I'm very sure you guys can see this part that my cursor is hovering over. You get, so this particular thing you are seeing, this particular white dot you are seeing, if your file is not saved, this white dot will always appear. Once it is saved, this white dot will not be there. So what you will see instead is a cross or times or X. You get, so which is the X, which is the close icon or the close symbol. So let me just press my Ctrl S here and let's see what's going to happen. So I just did now, and if you guys can observe, you see that we have what X now instead of what that white dot or the white circle. Either way you want to put it, you get. So but the idea is, when your file is not saved, that circle will be there. If your file is not saved, this X will be there, which is simply the close file icon. So thank you very much. So let's continue, please. So after saving, then I just need to, okay, there's no need to right click again, and there's no need to click on open live server. So the meaning of that open live server, or what the live server does for us, is whenever you open your file once on the browser, you don't need to go through that particular process again. What you just need to do is to open your browser. You get, open your browser and check for the update. So it would have updated by itself, you get. So let's see. Yeah, so you guys can see now we have our H2 text here, which is "You are welcome to learn with ID Tech." So I'm very sure by now you guys can notice some things on the screen. Yeah, but before we talk about that, let's add H3. All right, H3. Okay, so let's see. This is heading tag H3. All right, so let me punch my Ctrl S again. So you guys should please always do that too, because without that you won't really see the updates on your web browser. So let's go back to our page. Let's go back to our browser now quickly. All right, so if you guys can see, this is a new text I just added now using the H3 tag. So you can see we have H1 here, we have H2, we have H3. Yeah, so let's move forward quickly. So H4. All right, so this H4, okay, I'm very sure you guys can see this H4. So can you suggest what to put there? So I'm very sure you guys can see this H4. Yeah, so I'm giving you guys okay, you guys can add anything you want to add there, you get. So just add any text. So I'll be doing that too here. So which is okay, this, how are you doing? All right, so we have our H4, which is how are you doing. Yeah, so if you save your file now, you view it on the browser, you are going to get that same text on your browser. So you can also, okay, let's add H5 as well. So let's add H5 as well. So we can use H5 to answer the question above. So you can see inside the H5 the content is "I am fine, Idris, thank you." You get. So let's look at H6 as well, which is the content there is this is the last headings level. Yeah, thank you very much. So as we can see now, we have all the tags, we have all the headings tags here. So H1, H2, H3 down to H6. Yeah, so let's view our browser and see. Yeah, so you guys can see this now. So you can see we have our text, yeah, from the H1 down to what, H6. Now one thing I want you guys to understand is that if you use your tags on your coded, if you add a content to your tags, you get, and they are being displayed on your browser, so they will be called what, elements, that is on your browser. So the first one here now is what, H1 element. The second one is what, H2 element. The third one is what, H3 element. The fourth one, H4 element. Then the last one will be what, H6 element. Yeah, I skipped H5, so you can do that yourself. Thank you. So that's fine. So aside from that, then we should be able to notice the changes, yeah, on this text here. I don't know if you guys can notice that too, but I think it is very, very glaring. So you see that the size of each of the headings from the top, you get, decreases down the level, you get. So from H1 to H2, the size reduces. Then we have a smaller text, sorry, we have a small text, you get, not as big as H1. But if you now go down to H3, you will see that the H2 element is bigger than what you get here. So that's fine. So you guys can just complete that, which is okay. Yeah, you get. So if you don't really understand, please let me know in the comment section, then I can explain to you better there. But I think this is quite good enough, you get, for this part. All right, thank you very much. So let's go back to our VS Code. So now another tag I would like to talk about quickly, you get, is another tag I would like to talk about quickly is a paragraph tag. So the paragraph tag is the tag that we can use to add paragraph text. I mean small text. When you open up your Microsoft Word and you want to type something, the first or the default size that you will get will be a very small paragraph text. So how to create that kind of text here is what we want to look at now, and we can do that simply with what? A p tag. By using a p tag. So if you do that, just as we've seen before with other tags, once you complete your opening tag, then it closes it for you. That is one of the things that VS Code will do for you. You get. Anyway, I don't really know how other code editor works because I haven't actually used them. So, but I'm very sure VS Code is still wonderful too. So they are wonderful too. Yeah. So you guys don't get confused, or you guys don't start saying another thing. Yeah. Thank you very much. So inside our paragraph tag, let's just add something first. So you can see I am a paragraph tag. So as you can see, I am a paragraph tag. Yeah. So kindly pay attention to my size. Alright, so let me just press the Ctrl S button to save our file, then we go back to our browser to check. So let's see. Okay, it is still loading, you guys can see here. So let's see. Alright. So you can see I said I'm a paragraph tag. Kindly pay attention to my size. So if you guys can see my screen clearly, you will notice that the text here, the size and how the text is very, very different from the ones that you have above. Yeah, you get, it's very, very different. Yeah, in terms of thickness, in terms of size, in terms of, you know, they are very, very different. So we use this to create, or we use p tags to create paragraph text. So an example of paragraph text is what you've seen, you get, on the browser. So now let's see quickly. So let's assume that you are working on a project and you don't really have the content ready yet, and you just want to create a layout so that you can at least lift off some of the tasks that you have, or some part of the task that you have, you get. So what you can do is, in the absence of text for that, you can use a lorem text. So you can just type lorem, L-O-R-E-M, as you're saying it on the screen. Yes, so just type lorem, but before you finish the spelling, just tap enter. Before you finish lorem spelling, tap enter. So you notice a very long text. Yes, so that text is a placeholder text. So you can use it in place of your image, or sorry, you can use it in place of your original text if it is not ready. So from here you can see how long this text is. So it is not making us to see those things that we've done before, you get. So we can bring this back first by going to view. So let's wrap the text so that we can see what we've done. By going to view, then you click on this place. Now if you look at this side here, you will see the shortcut here, alternate Z. I would have done that easily, but if I say that now, I'm sure some of you might just think I'm doing abracadabra, you get. So and that's why I passed through this place. So you just come to view, then you scroll down, you select toggle word wrap. So toggle the word wrap and let's see what's going to happen. All right. So you guys can see now, you can see that this long text now has now been cut into 4 lines so that I can also see everything that we've been doing before, so which was hidden when we add the text on a straight line. So thank you very much. So let's save now that we have our placeholder text. Let's save and see. Let's save and check. Yeah. Alright, so I just saved now. If you guys look at this place, you notice that the file has been saved. So let's go back to our browser and let's see what we've just thank you very much. So you can see how long the text is. So that is what the lorem shortcut can do for you. You can easily create placeholder text. You can easily you can easily create placeholder text that you can use in place of your main text if it is not ready. So thank you very much. Now, beside this, another thing I need to mention is that you can add your lorem. You can add lorem multiple times inside this tag. So you can say lorem. Yeah, so once you see this thing here, so that means you are good to go. So just tap enter. So you can add this more than once. Alright, so that's fine. Let me create another tag. There's another p tag. So alright, that's fine. So let's still use lorem. Alright, so let me use lorem again. So what you just need to do simply, so you can see here we have we have the end of the text that we just generated now. So just add space, type space yourself, then you type lorem. If you don't type space, you won't get the desired results. So make sure you type space and press type lorem. You can finish it and you might not finish it, but you see what you're looking for. So you can type enter. So once you type enter, then you notice that we have a new set of words, or a new set of words here. You get. So let's save it now quickly. Let's save it quickly. Alright, so let's go back to our browser. So we should see this soon. Alright, that's fine. Okay, thank you very much. So you can see the text here, right? Please, if you don't understand, kindly let me know in the comment section. Please, and also, if it is sometimes that I've been mentioning that you don't understand, kindly watch the first that is my last video, the one I dropped recently. Yeah, so you have the idea of some of these things that I've been talking about. You get. So that's fine. So now that we have this, I won't want this video to be too long. I think it is high time I stopped this, and I'll continue from this place I stopped in the next video. Thank you very much. Please kindly go back, practice those things that we've talked about. If you are going to watch this video again, to jot out points that I've already said in between other things I've said. Yeah, so you can just pause it, you take it back, you pause it, you take it back, and you play it again. Yeah, so that you can have time to jot those key things that I've mentioned in between you get the video. So thank you very much. Now, if this is your first time visiting this channel, kindly like, share and subscribe you get to my channel. You can also press the bell icon to always receive notifications whenever I release the next words series. So thank you very much. I believe you guys have learned one or two things from this class. Next class promises to be very, very exciting, more than this. So as time goes on, we'll be using all these tags that we've learned now in coming classes. So you guys should please practice it, and believe me, the way I teach, it is such a way that each step will always be dependent on the next step. So that is to say, the things that we learn today will greatly help you in the next class. So I want to leave it to you guys here. You guys should please go back home and try to try to practice those things that we've just done now, and believe me, before you know, you are going to become experts. So I have several tags for you next class. I will be learning them together. So after the whole thing, we are going to create a project, you guys, that will be launched here on this channel too. So you guys can launch your own too on your PC locally. So which is fine. I'm very glad you guys will be happy at the end of this training. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming here, and like I've said before, kindly like, comment and share this video. Thank you very much. It's good to have you guys here, and I hope you guys will be joining me in my next video, where we'll be looking at in-depth HTML. Hopefully we can cross to CSS, but I doubt it anyway, because HTML has a lot of things that I will be discussing in this training. So thank you very much. I love you guys. Take care.